My name's Gavin. I'm an award-winning filmmaker from Montreal, Quebec. My company's called Intersectionnel Films. I've won, for example, the Writers Guild of Canada Prize at SODEC's Concours Cours Écrire ton cours. I've been at the TIFF Directors Lab, and I've attended labs everywhere from TIFF to Berlinale, etc. My company's Intersectionnel Films, and the product that I'm here to present to you today is called My Film Slate. So, My Film Slate. When you think of the film industry in Canada, I think a lot of people think of this, red carpets, glitz, glamour, but that's because we've inherited this perception from the US. Because in the US, the film industry is a B2C industry. People raise funds, they make films, they show them to audiences, the audiences pay money for those films. It's really simple. But that's not how it works here in Canada. Here in Canada, it's actually a B2G business, business to government. We raise financing from organizations like SODEC, Telefilm, Canada Media Fund, etc. And so it's actually a whole different business model, because what happens when you work with government? What do you get? Paperwork, right? So this is the reality of the film industry here in Canada, and film producers and production companies are drowning in paperwork. What you see here, this is their office. This is the reality for the users that I'm here to help. Now, anyone a fan of Squid Game? No one? Okay, you can explain this joke to everyone after. But basically, if you're a normal business, you have, let's say, a business plan. That round peg can fit in any round hole. You go to a bank, you give them your business plan. It's standardized. That's not the case when you're working B2G. You have all these organizations like the Canada Media Fund, Telefilm, and the most complicated SODEC, where you have to essentially adapt the same materials over and over again for 2, 3, 7 rounds of revisions. It takes forever. And this is the reality for producers whose budget line item for admin is usually capped at 10% by the government. So they're constantly being expected to do more with the same amount of funding. This is what we call version chaos. You end up with all these versions of essentially something as simple as a log line where one organization asks for 100 words, another 150 words, another 500 characters. And you need to have essentially the same data of that intellectual property, but you're constantly repurposing. There's got to be a better way. Well, now there is. My Film Slate is an all-in-one SaaS platform designed specifically for the realities of the Canadian film industry. Essentially, all you do is you hop in the back end, you choose your project from your slate of films, it automatically knows all the data, the log lines, the budgets, etc. It'll help you create your plan based on a workback schedule, SODEC, for example, which I'm applying to tomorrow. You click one button, it adds all your deadlines directly into your calendar so that you never miss a deadline again. When you inevitably, maybe on the first, second time, have to reapply, you can get those in too. It'll help you update. Let's say you won an award or attended a festival, no problem. You just chat through those updates. Updates your resume. You don't have to hop into Word and figure out when you end up with orphans on the next page and redesign it. And then when you're ready to apply to Telefilm or SODEC, one click, and it'll just adapt the same materials for the realities of that institution. Easy. Oh, and then of course it'll add everything back to your slate for next time. So next time you're at a dinner party and a filmmaker or producer is complaining about the nightmare that it is to work with government orgs, you can cut them short and just tell them to go to My Film Slate, make their life easy. Now, of course, for this presentation, I wanted to prove that there was actually demand for a product like this. So on Thursday, I launched across my followers of over 5,000 people. And with one post, we ended up with about 50 signups. And what that means is out of those 5,000 people, people went from the post to the website, into awareness, consideration, scrolled through the website, understood the product, clicked to join the waitlist, and 50 people actually signed up to the waitlist. And there was no free tier. These were all paid tiers because I really want to prove that there was demand for people who wanted this so bad that this was a painkiller and not a vitamin, that they would actually pay money for this. So that's My Film Slate, myfilmslate.ca. Grab one of the papers with the website if you want to check it out yourself, or give it to a filmmaker that you know who might need this help. Thanks for your time.